What's up, Daily Fab Gamers? Thank you so much for watching my stream. Before you jump into this red-hot action, let's review the rules. Don't be a dick. This should go without saying, but better safe than sorry. Chat with me. You know that I can talk at my computer for hours, but it's more fun when my computer talks back. And let's have a good time. I'm here to get sweaty, but that doesn't mean we can't have fun while I do it. Use the chat command deck for a link to the deck I'm playing here. It's also in the video description. Some of these decks are sick, and you might want to play them in real life. In that case, let me refer you to Hemel from the Bazaar. It's never been more affordable to play in the flesh and blood. Players have been buying the cards they need from Hemel for years. I started buying from him in 2023 and have never found a better deal. The Bazaar's prices are lowest for singles and full sets, including new releases. Compendium of Rathe singles are available now and ship both domestically and internationally. Use the command Hemel for contact info, then message Hemel to see what he can do for you. Using the data command will produce a link to Fablazing.com, the best source for decklist, matchup, and tournament data. Do you have too much money? Give some of it to me. Custom channel tokens, as used by 2025 US National Champion and World's Philadelphia Top 8 competitor Majin Bay, are available on my Ko-Fi. And you can spam the coolest emojis in chat by becoming a member of the channel. Now sit back and get cozy because the stream begins now.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome back. We're here for some more Fi gameplay. It's Thursday. Yeah, I hope everyone had a great Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's been a few days since I've seen you. We are just jamming CC today. It's the last day for Fi CC for, I don't know, like a week and a half. Morning leaks, morning Taskmaster. Taskmaster, I also hope you get a PQ win with Fi. Oh no, this is the bad one. I hope I get a PQ win with Fi. I actually don't know if I'm playing Fi for Pro Quests. We're definitely playing KO while KO is still legal. But aside from that, I don't know. I'm not super sure about Fi. Sure, let's try this. This has felt clunky at times. Oh, this one chose to go first. That's interesting. Okay, and they are not on the mini fridge. It's well that I live in the same town as Hevel and forgot how far his deals go. Yeah, he's worldwide, baby. Yeah, I'm not super confident with this build, at least. I think Fi is strong. It just might be one of those things where I let someone else figure it out. There's a lot of like, I don't know, things don't quite work the way that I want them to in Fi. And I keep looking back at Ellie's 8-1 CC Philadelphia list, like, what did she do different? Like, why can't I do the things that she was doing? And then, of course, remember the answer is she had 9 more Draconic starters than I did. Losing Brand with Cinderclaw is really like, I get how much of a problem it is now. So I changed the list up a bit. Mounting Anger is out. Red Mounting Anger is out. Blue Mounting Anger is obviously still here. Put in some Lava Vein loyalties. I'm still on, oh God, here's the Dragon Power. Does this kind of work? I guess. Not really. Guess I'm pitching Fire That Burns Within? Or I'm pitching Dragon Power to play the Fire That Burns Within. We're gonna let this resolve, activate 5. Yeah, I guess Mounting Anger can pitch for the Ember Blade, because I have to sink 2 resources into Fi. Played 4 lists and had my girlfriend, she keeps saying this needs Breaking Point. Oh, Jesus. I have 12 blues in this deck, and I have, what, 3 of them on in the top 7 cards? It's not great. I guess it's fine. Yeah, it needs something. So I'm not playing Breaking Point in this matchup. I don't know if that's right. I feel like the last Marlynn game I played where I had Breaking Point thinking like, yeah, this is going to get Marlynn because she's going to set a Harpoon. She just never did. I'm like, Morning, Dave. So there's something with 5. There's something I would love someone else to figure it out because I feel like I'm not getting it. There's something here that I'm missing. We have an interesting question. Are we going to play this Blaze headlong, or are we going to Arsenal it? I think the Marlynn matchup is actually very bad for us because we just can't interact with any of her overpowered harpoons. Like, our deck doesn't block well. We don't have good armor. I've thought about bringing Sync Boltyn for this matchup, and it just feels like, okay, well, I could play the Sync Boltyn, now I'm blocking 7 on 13 instead of 3. Like, I don't think the D-React package is good here, which means that we are playing the high roll package. So we've got Phoenix Wars in, I brought in Rake Over the Coals, which I replaced Spreading Flames with, just to try to have more high roll potential from hand. Like, if I can play it from hand with 3 Draconic Chain Links, then it's worth 4, whereas Spreading Flames needs a resource. So I want to say thanks for doing this. You can stay as I get to cook dinner, but we'll watch later, so thank you, Neil. I appreciate you being here at all. Yeah, 5 just feels like there's something I'm not getting. So we're not playing Breaking Point, and it's like, well, Breaking Point is one of the big cool things that Fi does, but it's like Syndra trained people not to Arsenal against Draconic Ninja, which I think is reasonable, right? It's a fine thing to do. Not Arsenal against a hero that does play some Arsenal destruction. So we're playing the high roll package. I'm not super sure about it. I do think that Marlynn is one of the bad matchups for Fi. It's not like, I'm not here telling you, oh, I'm getting high rolled by this Marlynn. It's like, no. I think Marlynn is one of the bad ones. So here's Rake Over the Coals, which I'm trying to decide if it's good here. It's Draconic attacks, so the Rise from the Ashes is kind of an issue with the Rake. It isn't Draconic. We don't have a blue in this hand to pay for Ignite. This is overpowered, so I'm probably just taking the 8 here. Marlynn is going to take a card. I don't think it matters very much which card she takes. It's more that she's dealing damage and taking a card away from this. This is the other reason that Marlynn is very bad for us, is all of her harpoons have text against our deck, every single one. Like, Yellowfin is maybe the one that is least likely to have text, but we're playing Salt the Wound, so it could hit something. But Redfin Harpoon is good, Bluefin Harpoon is good, King Shark is good, King Kraken is good, the Arsenal Destruction one is good. Like, Marlynn is just very bad. And I don't think that D-Reacts change it. I took D-Reacts out of Oscilio versus Marlynn. Feels like unless you can cover the attack, it's better to race. I totally agree. This matchup is really tough. I am lucky that there are only 2 in my area, and usually maybe 3 when I travel during ProQuest. Alright, you took Fire Tenet. I think that's correct. Fire Tenet was going to be, what, a 2-card 7? And now we get, I guess, still a 2-card 7. We're just not using the Ignite text. We're going to Arsenal the Rake Over the Coals and kind of just hope that we get a turn. Playing Old Knocker in this matchup, just in case I find, like, if this was Phoenix War then, and we didn't get a card taken, then this turn would have looked a lot better. We just want to be able to go if we find it on turn 2. Like, this is a matchup where we're really never getting space from Marlynn. The games that I've won against Marlynn are the games where I Warmongers her, which is what we used to do to Azalea. Okay, blocking from hand is good. So against Azalea, we would... Right, you're giving me the Arsenal Destruction one, so what, this is a Harpoon? Against Azalea, we would, like, do some blocking, chip some damage, find the Warmongers, Time Walk Azalea, find an Art of War and blow her up. And against Marlynn, I think we're more or less trying to do the same thing. We had a line there where we used the Ignite. We pitch Rake over the coals to attack with Emberblade and then send the Phoenix Flame, so we get 3 points out of Rake. But I really think that to win this matchup, we need to get more from Rake than 3. Like, we do just need to high roll Marlynn. That is my out. So this hand is pretty okay. I'm hoping we don't have to block, and like Marlynn does have turns where she doesn't do damage, like she doesn't disrupt, she just does damage. She doesn't find the Harpoon. So, right, Tipple's gonna discard the Goldfin, you make a gold, you draw a new card. I don't care about this. Like, this could be a turn without disruption from Marlynn, and then we have, like, a really good turn lined up. Say it's depressing as it feels playing against Marlynn, as long as her Harpoon doesn't break your hand. She's not crazy above rate as it feels. It's true. She's got that old Guardian tax where it feels bad that she's being disruptive, but she's still doing, like, a 5-card 13, which is not good damage. So she is worse than Azalea in that regard, where Azalea was, like, every card is worth 3, and then the arrow is also worth 5. King Chandrel's Hook. Pitch to Hammerhead. Okay, so we're losing our Rake over the coals. She did have Arsenal Destruction already, which is why she blocked with the other one. I mean, that's not great, obviously, but it's fine. I'm going to give my Flight Path here. Okay. So we are going to play the Rake over the coals. Not that we get any value from it, but we deny her the gold from Shallow Water Shark Harpoon. She gets a gold from Hook, but she doesn't get a gold from the arrow text. And then we're gonna go. I don't believe we're using Old Knocker right now. I don't think we need to. I mean, we can definitely use it later this turn. Like, I'm looking at maybe doing Fire That Burns Within, Lava Vein Loyalty, pitch Rise into Emberblade, break Flight Path, Emberblade again. This would have been much cooler if we had Rake over the coals for this turn. But what can you do? Oath of Loyalty is not a great draw. Trying to think of what we could do with a Mask of the Pouncing Lynx. I think the answer is not much. I'm gonna say no right now. We can see how the rest of this turn plays out. We're not threatening lethal here, which is unfortunate. Kind of no matter what. Like, we could break Pouncing Lynx to find Ignite, which makes this Emberblade cost 3, and then boots Old Knocker to attack with the Emberblade again. We could break it to find Salt. We have not used our Shuko trigger yet. Yeah, I don't think we need to break it this turn. Like, I'm kind of expecting that we're going to Emberblade 5, Phoenix Flame is going to come in for 2. Marlynn is going to give us Tunic and Hook to block it out so that we can't Pouncing Lynx. But that's fine. Like, the pounce... We're Pouncing Lynxing for, like, 6 tops, which maybe would have been worth it, just because we're not really going to get the opportunity to Pouncing Lynx again after this, unless Marlynn just, like, doesn't do anything. If she takes this too, or she lets it hit, like if she doesn't give us a card or the 2 pieces of armor, I will break Lynx to find Salt. Yes. We find salt, and if you are doing that, if you are really determined to keep this hand, then I am supposed to do this. We pitch the Oath of Loyalty. We send the Emberblade. The Emberblade is threatening to put her to 5. If the Emberblade hits, the Salt is going to attack for 7 instead of 6. So we are threatening 10 damage right now, which means that she has to give us a card from hand. She can't just give us armor. Like, we're still not in a good spot because she has 3 gold, but we are forcing her to give us cards. Why does Cheating Scoundrel block for 3 instead of 2? Do we think Fi is viable for a pro quest? I've been a huge Fi guy, and the new cards are sick, but I really don't think it fixes him. Viable, yes, but likely not a top 3 pick. I agree with that. You'll win games on Fi. Like, I'm fully confident that you could top 8 with Fi. Hey, you're late. I'm fully confident you could top 8 with Fi. I don't know that you can win with Fi. Because I agree with you. A lot of his new cards don't fix him. He's still good. He does strong things. But he has very exploitable weaknesses. Alright, she's digging. She's trying to find the overpower, which, yeah, if she can overpower this, I think she just kills us. Like, I think maximum we can block 5. There it is. So this is going to be 12? 13? Yeah, and then we die. Yeah, we just... This was a 3-turn game, and she hit Disruption 3 turns in a row. Like, our average value per turn was very good, and we had our nice little spike there, but... Yeah, we just couldn't... We could never get a turn. We could never get a 5-card hand. I think the Phoenix Art of War card is kind of a trap. I think the Art of War is the only reason that you would even play 5. Like, I don't... Why do you think that this is a trap? You have to change so much about the deck to make it usable? I don't think that's true at all. Against Valda... Against Valda, I think we still want to go second. Then Phoenix War. Put in... Not Ataya. Put in Breaking Point. And probably put in Rake. We might want D-Reacts here. Should have converted the Rake over for 3 damage. Or 3-card 8. I mean, we kind of got our value from... Yeah, you're probably right. I probably just wasn't supposed to Arsenal, especially if she... Okay, so this game became very hard because she had the turn 0 imposing. I think you're right. It's such a tough call. I guess because she blocked with the Arsenal arrow, I'm supposed to put her on an Arsenal arrow. So yeah, I am supposed to just attack with the sword there. Can't you Phoenix Flame, Rake, Ignite, buy back Phoenix Flame? No, I would have to close the chain. I wouldn't have had the resource. This hand sucks. But I guess I get to do this. I can send Ronin. Send Phoenix Flame, close the chain. I want to Arsenal a card here, but this hand is just so bad. The 2 blue hands in Fi always feel terrible. I feel like Marlynn is no agency, just you win or you don't, kind of like playing Oscilio, but on a different axis. Yeah, no, I agree with that. No. Send the Phoenix Flame. We get 1 out of this. We break chain. Like, we could Arsenal Ignite here. I'm just not super excited about it. I think I'm fine to just play this hand as, like, we're not setting up, but we are getting maximum value out of that Rise from the Ashes. Because we're going to get to pick up our Phoenix Flame again. This was a 4-card 12. It's not good, but there's only so much we can do with the 2 blue hand there. You're going to give me a Quicken. I'm not going to bank it. We don't really have any way to take advantage of a Quicken in our deck, and I definitely don't want to Arsenal a Phoenix Flame. If Valda's play is Disable Us, then we're in a ton of trouble. Alright, this hand functions. Never mind, we're getting Terra Sunder. Aftershock for 7. Well, it's dominated, so I can't stop this unless I'm going to give too much armor. Which means probably blocking 3, taking 4, discard, Lava Burst, Blaze, Arsenal, Rising. I don't know how good that is compared to discarding Rising and Lava Burst and then just like playing Blaze Headlong. Because let's try Arsenaling. Because the thing is, I guess I really haven't boarded for big combo. Like, I have Art of War, but I'm not playing Rake, so I don't get super rewarded for having a 5-card hand. Morning, Garth. Fiend Flame. This hand is pretty cool if I get to keep it. Yeah, Marlynn did get way tougher to play against. The new Arsenal Destruction Harpoon is really good because she's so good at disrupting your turns that it usually does become the best play to send like a 2-card hand and then Arsenal the 3rd card. So the Arsenal Destruction Harpoon is much better. Cheating Scoundrels is great. I'm also... I don't know. It's one of those where I'm like, why does Cheating Scoundrels block 3 instead of 2? Not that it would have mattered in that game, more like I just noticed it for the first time. Aftershock for 8. This has no on-hit, so I'm not going to block it. I mean, if you pummel me, you pummel me, but I really can't stop it. So we take 12. We're going to discard our Ronin Renegade here because we have a starter. So I get to go 3, 3, 4, 4, 2. I'm definitely getting pummeled, but I mean, I'm not going to put my entire hand in front of this. Like, I'll make her pummel me. Glad we arsenaled the starter. If we just played the Blaze Headlong on our last turn, we might have put her to 27. She might have also given us the shield because she had some Seismic Surges. She had 3. And then this hand would have been a little more awkward. We probably would have discarded the Inflame. And then we would have had a worse turn. Yeah, you use the Civic Steps. So you get 1 more point. It's very good against Fi, right? She gets 1 more point out of the Civics than she would have with the new Seismic Surge boots. I know Valda's are starting to cut this for the boots. I wonder if this one found space for both pairs of boots. That can't be good, though. Surely you just play the Seismic Surge boots. Okay. That happens. I can't stop that from happening. My clapback is much better. I am doing cool things. I mean, she's got 8 Seismic Surges. She's about to draw a card. Like, we could definitely just... She could just give us her hand and then put them in their place me. This is not a Pouncing Lynx turn. Not that I am not thinking about it here. If I wasn't getting a Shuko trigger, then I would be more excited about it. Like if this was a Blaze Headlong instead of Inflame, then I would probably break links here. But I do just get to send this for 5. Like this is where the Shuko's trigger is going. You have blocked. You're doing this. I'm thinking about Flight Path, Tunic, Salt. Salt currently attacks for 6. If the Emberblade hits, Salt would attack for 7. We didn't block with the Flight Path, which means that we're losing value. I just am thinking like... what if we did a ton of damage here? Do I think I'm going to... she just really hasn't played anything good yet. Like, she's got Spinals. I'm just thinking, am I going to get another turn? Let's do it. So this was a mistake not blocking with my Emberblade. Or not blocking with my Flight Path before I broke it. But I didn't think I was going to get the space that I'm getting. The fact that she, like, blocked here and then also just played 2 instants, I'm like, oh, you're going for something. Like, I don't think I'm going to get space to do this again. I get to turn my links into 7 damage. I get to throw a ton of damage at her. It means that if I get disrupted on my turn, then I'm much more resilient to it. Also, this hand sucks. Patrick, if you're watching, please implement a skip all Seismic Surges button. This is terrible. I don't want to do this. That's it, huh? Alright. So... I mean, I guess what if I just, like, didn't block this? If I get pummeled, not blocking it feels a little worse. But if I don't block it and this isn't pummel, like, I go to 16. My hand is Ronin, Rising, Pitch, Breaking Point into 5, Phoenix Flame, Lava Burst. Like, okay. If she has the pummel, then I'm sad. But if she doesn't have the pummel, then I do 3, 6, 7, 13. Alright. Yeah, this is fine. Like, I guess this makes sense. She's not IPing a card. She burns the 2 resources, but I guess she couldn't have known that? Weird play. I'm not going to complain about it, though. Sad that this Breaking Point is not a blue. Which one of those blues we saw earlier could have been this Breaking Point, and then this Breaking Point could have been one of those blues, but... that is one of the clunkiness. One of the pieces of clunkiness that I found with Fi. The blue count is weird. I'm having trouble with the blues. So the other card this could have been is Hunt to the Ends of Rathe. That's what I was considering in the Breaking Point spot. And if this was Hunt to the Ends of Rathe, then this hand does do more damage. It does 2 more damage, specifically. So not a ringing endorsement for Breaking Point so far. Hey, here's a block. I mean, we're not out of the woods in this game yet, right? So Testament has been used. Testament is done now. Balance is used. We've got 4 more points of armor on Valda's side of the board. Currently sitting at 2 Seismic Surges. We're only at 16. I am going to threaten to put her to 9 this turn. Not expecting to. I'm expecting that she's going to block. But, I mean, we're fine. I've been in worse positions. Assuming they held Rouse Cranial, so if they drew a red from the Promised Ground, they could go 7 into 9/10. Yeah, that's reasonable. Like, they were definitely hedging on drawing something that they didn't draw. Oh, they drew another Seismic. Alright, she's got to stop doing this while I'm deciding, like, what my turn looks like. Okay, go to 9. This is a hand of cards that sort of functions. Alright, the Dominate here is unfortunate. I can stop this if I Shuko Sink, and then I guess if I Shuko Sink, I'm sinking the Inflame. I could block like this. The problem is I take an intellect penalty. I really was hoping that this was not going to be disruptive, so that I could play Fire Tenant Hot, just send the 2 cards 7, and then Arsenal the Sink below. The problem here is if I make this block, I'm sending, again, 7, and then Arsenaling Inflame. If I get pummeled, I mean, if I get pummeled, it's not, like, terrible for me. I like this block. We take an intellect penalty. We play around pummel very well. Sick. Okay, so we're getting pummeled. It really doesn't matter which of these 2 I discard. I guess it's this one. I don't know. You get pummeled, you get a Seismic Surge. We play hot on their heels because it's the literal only thing that I can do. I'm going to Arsenal the Sink below, which will hopefully buy me space next turn to do something exciting. My Tunic is going to be up. In theory, if I draw another Sink below, I can block 10 through Dominate. Sink from Arsenal, Sink from hand, Shuko. More likely, I can block 8 or 9. Shuko, Sink, 2 block. You giving me a whole ass Sink below for a hot on their heels? That's good for me. She sinks a card. This is a functional hand of cards. You are put them in your placing me for 10. So this is interesting. She could not afford to make a Seismic Surge, so I can just sink my hand, cover the put them in their place, and break the ley line. And I think that's what I'm going to do. She has no way to pump this, so we just, like, we take no damage. She loses the ley line. We still have our Sink below. Like, our position in this game hasn't changed. Jesus. The double fire here is pretty rough. I'm going to sink one of them if I can. Like, I'm really hoping that her turn is just Titan's Fist Pass. It won't be that, but I wonder if her play... Okay, so it's Boulder Drop. She is representing Pummel. I think what I'm doing... She's played 2 Pummels. There's a pretty low chance that she has another Pummel. I can make this block, which is maybe wrong. What this block does is it stops the Boulder Drop Crush. It still gives me a reasonable line. And if she pummels me, then I can sink below the pummel so that I only have to discard. I don't have to discard and top. If I make the sink below play, also I die if I block with the sink below and she pummels this. So we're going to make this block. We're going to keep the sink below. Also, why didn't she tech plating? I guess she just wanted to bluff it. Oh, all right. So we rise from the ashes. I think... I don't know if we're supposed to Tunic Phoenix War. I mean, we could Tunic Fire, which plays around Balance of Justice. We're definitely Tunic something. Yeah, let's do it. That is, I guess, an okay draw. I think I have to do the Phi thing. Ignite is not good. Ignite is almost good. Ignite would be good if we didn't have to Phi to turn on our fire that burns within. If we still had Phi available, the Ignite here would have been a really good draw. Instead, it's not. Instead, I get to send a Lava Burst for 3. Yeah, that was not, it was very clunky. So you're just gonna Thunderquake me and then Arsenal whatever this is? Oh my god. Jesus. I need these two to show up at different times. Alright, we lose. Yeah, that was not good. That was very bad. Jesus. I don't think... it feels so bad when that happens, but I think I'm supposed to play those 6 cards. That's just rough. That just feels like variance. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do about that. All right, into Marionette, we are trying all of our D-reacts. We don't need a Taya. I mean, I guess a Taya is not worthless here. I'm gonna play the Breaking Point. This is a really weird matchup for me because I don't know if 6 D-reacts in this matchup matter. I feel like if previously I brought 8 D-reacts into Marionette and then felt like I didn't have the damage to kill them. So I'm trying now 6 D-reacts, and if 6 D-reacts feel like I don't have the damage, then we're playing Phoenix War. We're trying to like race and then really like deciding if we even play 6 D-reacts in the 80 at all. Well, now I'm going to Scar Tissue this. I was going to Loyalty Beyond the Grave it. I'm going to sink the Loyalty. I immediately get punished for sinking the Loyalty. I just figured the Arakni was going to like flick a dagger and stop. Find the Orb Weaver, Lamau, but they still need to flick, so they still aren't just on. I get to do what? 3, 3, 4, 1, 5, I guess is fine sequencing. Yeah, I don't know about that game. So we've had Valda games go well in the past. It really is making me doubt. I'm having games today that are making me doubt Breaking Point. Finding the Phoenix War and the Fire That Burns Within together is really tough. I don't know if I'm supposed to take something away from that or if it's just bad variance. Maybe I'm supposed to not play the Phoenix War, play the Fire That Burns Within. I don't turn on the Balance of Justice, and then I just Arsenal the Phoenix War. I think she drew her Disruption. If she doesn't, you just win. I played on the Valda side a fair bit. Yeah, she also had the turn 0 ley line. I don't think that's a fair thing to say, though. It's like, well, that's what that deck does, is have Disruption. We could break Pouncing Links here for 6 if we find Salt the Wound. I don't think that's worth it. Like, she saw 2 Pummels, Spinal, Enter Boulder Drops, and Put'ems for the first 8 turns of the game. That's just what that deck is, though. It's like saying that if Marlynn doesn't find Disruption, we win. Like, that's just what the deck is designed to do. This is a hand of cards. Well, I'm definitely taking this. You're going to flick knives me so that you open up the spot for Orb Weaver. This looks like it's probably a flight path turn. I mean, I could just do... Actually playing Whittle from Bone? Interesting. So I could do Ignite, Mounting Anger... Ignite, Fire Tenant, Mounting Anger, Hot on Their Heels, Phoenix Flame, which I guess is okay. I could also Ignite, Sword, Flight Path, Sword, Fire Tenant. That doesn't seem as good. I don't mind casting Salt for 6 given the chance. I think my issue is with how high the life total still is. That I want to save Salt for being something more impactful later, for like something that Marionette has to care about. You're picking up, oh, the Whittle from Bone? Interesting. So what do I get? What does Whittle from Bone do? 3 damage. And clear my mark. We get Rising Resentment, discard Ignite. Oh, it's just get Inflame, discard Hot on Their Heels. Ignite, Fire Tenant, Mounting Anger, Inflame. Yeah. Ignite, Fire Tenant. Yes, this works. This is because I have my 3 Draconic Chain Links. All right, and then you clear my mark, and you're a pal. Okay, we get to do Ignite. I'm sequencing it, Ignite, Fire Tenant, Mounting, because the Fire Tenant will not eat the trigger from Ignite. The Mounting Anger will get the Shuko trigger. The Mounting Anger will also get the Fire Tenant effect. So this lets me send blue Mounting Anger for 4. Which I guess actually doesn't matter because I don't have the Draconic links currently to pick up my Phoenix Flame. Excuse me? You're going to blind mass? Alright, well, sometimes they just have it. Yeah, unfortunately, the sequencing here was good, it just didn't matter. What would I get from links? I would get Lava Burst, which is 5. Potentially Salt for 6. So I'm not going to break it now. Am I missing something? Oh, because I don't have 4 Draconic links. Or 3 Draconic links. Oh, okay, this was actually terrible. I actually piloted this turn really poorly. Cool. Alright, so Inflame should have just been like a Rising Resentment. Alright, this is just 5 value. No, we can wait. Alright, so I actually just did that really bad. Nice. That's a 3 blue hand. Cool. Jesus Christ. Yeah, you got it. Jesus. My opponent has found 3 red scar tissues in 3 turns. So that's pretty cool. Playing Surgical Extraction as like a card that you're playing in your deck? Jesus. Can you buff this? Am I like missing, am I forgetting something that Marionette is capable of doing? That's dagger attack. Knight's Embrace is stealth. Oh, Shred? Which you've already shown me? Are you shredding me? Yeah, you're definitely shredding me. So I could block 7 to not get shredded. I could also not block, period. I just block with a flight path. You take kind of nothing. Yeah, this is fine. I'll just block with flight path. Alright, you get a silver. That doesn't super matter. Rise from the Ashes. So, I get to do Ronin, Lava Vein, Phoenix Flame, break Pouncing Links, find Lava Burst for 6. So I'm sending 6, 9, 10, 16. I could find Fire That Burns Within, send 6, 10, 13, 14. I think this is supposed to be, if they have to block, let me hit for that to happen. I think this is supposed to be a Fire That Burns Within line. Okay, that's also with stealth. Oh, alright. That's fine. Lava Vein Loyalty. If this hits, I am still going to break the Pouncing Links and send the 6. So that's not a standard list. Who knows which reacts are there? Yeah, I've played around with Surgical Extraction as a blue in Slippy. More for Guardian than for Ninja, but I guess if you draw 2 of them together, what are you going to do? We are going to break it. We're just going to get 6 out of our Lava Burst here. Austin's right. We just get our value. This is a functional hand of cards. I get to do Rise, Phoenix Flame for 3, Display for 3, Inflame for 3, Lava Burst for 5, or we do Phoenix Flame for 3, Display for 3, Tunic and Flame for 3, Tunic and Flame Emberblade for 3, Lava Burst for 6. Gets us slightly more value. Okay. You gotta follow up. That's pretty okay. This looks promising. I don't think this looks promising at all. I think this hand looks really bad. Give Shuko here, I go to 3. I can't go to 1 or else I just die to Flick Knives. So I think I have to block with the Shuko, which means my hand is doing 3, 3, Tunic, 3, 5. 3, 3, 3, 5 is 14. They have to give me 2 things? Sure. Rise. I really wish this hand had a starter. Like a real starter, not Phoenix Flame as the starter. Thinking back to turn 0 when I sank a Loyalty Beyond the Grave and then immediately got shredded. And how that felt bad. Inertia Trap's fine. I'm not going to Arsenal a card. Display Banks of Fealty. I'm in a Tunic here. It feels bad to Tunic for just the 1 point, but I at least want to get some value out of my Tunic, because I'm probably blocking with it next turn. You feeling at home now you are playing Fi again? Hey, Taylor. No, because Fi is not good currently. At least the lists that I'm playing don't feel good. Fi is kind of suffering from an issue where, and then you're going to Calicera me, and this is like the most obvious T-Tox I've seen in my life. So if this is the most obvious T-Tox I've seen in my life, am I allowed to play around it? No. So playing around T-Tox means making this block, where the Lava Burst gets shredded. The Lava Burst gets shredded. The Calicera goes to 4. I take 2. I go to 1. I'm not dead this turn, but I am dead next turn. And then my turn is Oath, Emberblade, Phoenix Flame, die. Which means, because I cannot play around T-Tox, I have to just make them have it. Like, if they have T-Tox, I die. Okay. To the point also gets there, but, like, I cannot... It's the difference between playing the... I guess I could have blocked with Fire that Burns Within to play around to the point, but not T-Tox. And then I get to send 4, 3, 1, 5. Yeah, the problem with Fi is, like, we get Phoenix War, which is obviously great because it's Art of War, and we get Art of War back. The problem is, Fi wasn't good when he had Art of War. Like, as soon as Heavy Hitters came out and Victor came onto the scene, Fi was not a good deck. And then, since then, Fi has gotten very little support. Like, if you look at the cards I'm playing in my deck, it's like Ignite, Oath of Loyalty, are the 2 cards he got since pre-pen. Inflame is fine. Fire that Burns Within is very good. But we lost Brand with Cinderclaw. And I would happily trade Inflame and Fire that Burns Within for 9 copies of Brand. So then we come to the point of, well, what is Fi doing now that he has Art of War? It is being as bad as he was in Heavy Hitters, but the rest of the meta has come up around him. Like, Arakni Marionette is doing way more damage than Fi does. This hand is good, and I want it. The meta is, like, Marionette does more damage than Fi ever did with Disruption. KO does more damage than Fi ever did with a high roll thing. Like, I think Fi is okay. It is a good deck, but it isn't, like... Okay. I don't know. It doesn't... I was very confident that Fi was going to be S tier or like A. I'm not seeing it currently. How many Phoenix am I running? I'm running in the 60. I'm playing 1 Phoenix Flame. In the 80, I have 2 Phoenix Flames. My Flame Call package is 2 Flame Calls, 1 Phoenix Flame. Bolt of Courage for 3. You don't have Soul. So this is it. I don't care if you draw a card. My hand is still really good. I'm going to ignite. I guess I am blocking with a flight path because I might break it here for sword. This hand is like ignite, fire that burns within, activate Phi, discard the Phoenix Flame. I guess I could also I could do this on your turn, pick up my Phoenix Flame, so I can pick up my Phoenix Flame again. No, that's worse. I'm not super concerned about my Shuko trigger. I'm definitely getting my Shuko trigger. Oh, he does get Roaring back. You can go for it. I assumed that this was the card that got charged. You're right, he does get the Roaring back. Phi's the coolest ninja, so it's cool he at least has an angle to play with now. He, like, kind of doesn't, though. Oh, that's cool. That's a neat line. Do a 3-card 13. That was sick. That was a cool turn. His angle is, like, be worse Syndra most of the time, and then be better Syndra on, like, a turn. And there's also now a lot of anti-synergy between Fire That Burns Within and Art of Phoenix War. I'm hopeful that someone else... Ignore side, fire, ignite, breaking point, player, arsenal, whatever we draw. I don't think it matters if we fire or sword first. Like, I have to pitch one either way. Okay, so we're doing sword, ignite, fire tenant, breaking point. How many games do I have since Fart Phi? How many weeks till Phi hits LL? I mean, at this rate, I don't think Phi is going to hit LL. Like, I've heard people saying that Phi is going to be gone before Pro Tour, and I'm like, unless people have really figured out the list in a way that I haven't, I don't see it. I probably have 30 games on new Phi. And keep in mind, too, I am not a good deck builder. Like, I am very much I am a tinkerer. I'm very good at tinkering. I'm very good at making marginal adjustments. I am not a deck builder. You've been hit twice. You've been hit twice. So Lynx is only going to be 5, so no. So, like, don't look at my list. I'm very hopeful that someone else is going to come out with some hot list that, like, wins a bunch of games, wins a bunch of tournaments, and, like, ooh, I can start tinkering with that. Like, I'm doing my best, but I am very much a pilot, not an engineer. Is this a 21 damage turn? I don't know. Was it? What did I do? 2, 7, 10, 12, 15, 21? Yes. I threatened 21 damage this turn. Hey, this is not a great hand of cards. Which means I'm sinking fire. Okay, now it's a better hand of cards. Yeah. What did you block with? Oh, right, we got a V from you. Yeah. Oh, maybe I was supposed to break Lynx here. Get my 6, because I Shuko trigger. Ooh, you're giving me a card. I like that. Right, Dex is bad. Old Knocker, yeah, so Old Knocker is here for the aggro mirrors, where I want to be able to go, like, so that turn 0. I went first, I arsenaled, I passed. You've already given me cards. I don't think I get my 6 here. I think I can wait. So like I arsenal a card. I didn't need the Old Knocker, but there are definitely games where you arsenal a Phoenix War and you want to just be able to go. Old Knocker is good in the races when you might need to combo off on turn 1 or turn 2. Basically before your Tunic would be up. What the fuck do these cards do? Why are all of Boltyn's cards so bad until they come together and are actually good? Like, that was a sick line, too. I also have to say, if I lose to a Boltyn, I'm really not unhappy about it because I feel like Boltyn is a deck I would actually play. And so if I'm playing against Boltyn and he keeps doing, like, really cool shit, then I'll just play Boltyn. I feel like Boltyn's slow enough for Tunic now. I disagree. But I also don't know, like... Here's the other question. What would Tunic have done for us this game? What would Tunic do for us that Old Knocker has not done? Because right now they've both just sat. So you have floating prevention? Yes. You have floating prevention. Yeah, like, this is sick. I would play this deck. I'm not looking to do this right now. I need to see how many attacks are going to hit before I think about breaking for salt. Currently 1 hit on the chain. Still block for 1 later, but like, when have I blocked with Old Knocker yet? When would I have blocked with Tunic? I hear what you all are saying. I just don't think that this game is the evidence of like, see, Old Knocker's bad. Boltyn's too slow. Like, we're not going to break this yet. I'm going to let you show me that I can get 6 out of my Lynx boots. Like, if I can get 6 out of my Lynx boots, then now I'll do it. Now I'll do it. Where are you? Salt the Wound. Why not Mask of Momentum? Because no one is ever going to let Mask hit. Mask just kind of doesn't do anything in this deck. Like, I'm not built to be Syndra. I don't go that wide most turns. I don't have really annoying breakpoints. Like, most of my attacks are just 3. Right, you do the thing. I'm not blocking this. That's very spooky. I'm not blocking this one. I'll block the next one. I can give you Shuko. Can I afford to not block the rest of this? Oh, you still have a card in Soul. This is fine? Right, because Lumina has text. Into 7? Do this, go to 1, die later? Yeah, you're right. Yeah, the Tunic really would have been better this game. The Tunic would have also blocked for 1, but I would have been able to say that I spent $90 more to do it. Any Fi gameplay is 20% more interesting to play than that slap that was Syndra. Oh, I hated Syndra. I totally agree with you. He got back to 1 soul, probably should have blocked the first raid if I was made backseat. I don't know the Boltyn list well enough to know what kind of reactions he's playing, but like, if he's on Beacon of Courage, then we just fucking die. But you're right, I probably should have blocked it. My thing was I didn't want to block at all. Hey, you're late. Also, this hand sucks. This is also the problem with Fi. Like, a lot of our hands just suck. Sure. And then you give it go again, and then I die. We got 18 value that game? Wow. That was sick. That Boltyn had really good lines. Jesus, that yellow one that went back to hand was pretty good. And then, yeah, the Battlefield Beacon. Like, so many of these Boltyn cards are really bad, and then you use them together and they're suddenly okay. Like, Fart just traded consistency for high roll ceiling. I think that's what 5 brings, though. Like, if you don't want to do Art of War, you play Syndra. Syndra's just a better deck for not doing that. Like, Fi is not a good deck. Fi lost a lot of his... Art of War, like, Fi losing Art of War was obviously bad, but the really impactful one was losing Belittle, and Fi never got that back. So Fi can't play, like, good cards. Fi plays this consistency thing, which, like, is cool, right? It's cool that you have this very consistent Draconic Ninja. The problem is then Syndra comes out, and Syndra does consistency much better than Fi does. So then you try to do something else that isn't consistent. Like, if you want consistency with a threatening on hit, you play Syndra. What Fi brings is this high roll power of Phoenix War. So then, if you're not going to play Phoenix War, why don't you just play Syndra? Like, Ellie went 8-1 with Fi at Worlds, and that was really cool. Ellie was targeting a very specific meta that doesn't exist anymore. Because Syndra is not highly represented, Verdance is... I don't know about Verdance. Graveyard is... It's also like the difference between a Worlds meta where she can target a very specific triangle of Gravy, Verdance, Syndra versus your ProQuest where your local is bringing Betsy and Huntsman because that's what your locals do. I tried Katsu recently. You could not pay me to play Katsu. I will never play Katsu. Don't ever mention Katsu in my stream ever again. I hate that hero. I hate that hero because of what he means for Fi. Outsiders releases, gives no Fi support, but prints the best ninja card to ever exist that Fi can't play. I will never play Katsu, basically out of spite. Also, I think that deck is really bad because what happens against Katsu is your opponents block and then you lose. You say you're not great at deck building. Do you know any good deck builders you could bring on stream to work on a more consistent list? I feel like the deck floor needs to come up a bit. All of the good deck builders I know would just keep their own tech. Like, I could bring on Yuki Lee Bender. But if Yuki has a sick file list, she should just play it. And then we do this. And then I get to Arsenal my Feeny. Right on time. Oh my god. Alright, how are you high rolling me? This hand sucks. I get to do Phoenix Flame Closed Chain, Rising Phoenix Closed Chain, Rise Phoenix Inflame, not turn on Rupture. Oh god, okay. Alright, let me now think about what I'm actually doing. I do have Breaking Point in the deck, but I can't tutor for it. It's gonna be what? Phoenix Flame Closed Chain, Rise for 6, 1, 2. Phoenix Flame for 0. Rise. Rising Resentment for 6. break pouncing links, find fire that burns within. Old knocker, fire. Hope I draw something with go again at 0 cost. Play that, inflame. I mean, I'm taking a bunch of damage here, and Oscilio's just gonna tee off on me. That's right, I guess I actually should not plan out what my turn looks like because I'm getting mind warped. With Katsu, you have only one big turn. I just don't want to play Katsu. If you want to play Katsu, more power to you. I hate that hero and will never play it, out of principle. Alright. Anytime Oscilio is comboing off with Blast and Brilliance, I feel like this is actually much scarier than Gone in a Flash. The Gone in a Flash is like, oh, I'm just going to take a bunch of 4s. I can plan around this. Blast Sigil is like, I don't know, I have no idea what's going to happen. I'll also let you all in on a little secret. I'm not super committed to playing Fi. Not super committed to playing aggro generally moving forward. I'm actually kind of trying to avoid doing it because a lot of the time it just feels like I'm very reliant on the top 20 cards of my deck, and I would rather play longer games where I get to express skill. I gotta be real with you, prepping Terra for Silver Age is the most fun and most rewarding experience I've had playing Flesh and Blood in a long time. Actually, me discard an instant card. You discarded Sigil of Brilliance? This has got to be good for me, right? You want to try Oscilio? I do not want to try Oscilio. Oscilio is like Aurora Uncanny Valley. The aggro that I will be excited about playing is Aurora when she comes back because she played like mid-range and I had so many more opportunities to express skill as opposed to Fi where I look at these, where a lot of the skill for Fi comes in deck building, which, as I've said, I'm not good at. That was what I hated about Syndra. It was like you just draw 4 cards and play 4 cards, and if you happen to find Wrath of Retribution in the top 20 cards of your deck, you win that game. Didn't know you were a Katsu hater. I'm an enjoyer myself. People saying he's good. I'm concerned it's cope, even though I enjoy comboing people. I think like Katsu's in a fine position. It's just like... What? Why are you banishing cards? Am I... What? Oh. Okay. I was so confused. You did your own consign to Cosmos. You could just not do that. Morning, Nick. RKO's long games to express skill. So my problem with RKO is he's not, at least the build that I was playing, and I would try different builds, is he's not building towards anything. I really enjoyed playing Florian because Florian felt like, oh, I'm building towards something. I have an end game, which was Germany. Like Florian was cheating because you just had your end game built in. So I could try RKO-less. I'm really interested in Jarl as like a deck with an end game. What else am I interested in? Been looking at Valda. She's got less of an end game, but you can do Guardian pitch deck stuff. She's just kind of cool. My buddies, like I've seen Shield Basher builds that look kind of interesting. I am going to break Pouncing Links. We're gonna find Fire. I wish I could banish it to my Rising Resentment, but I can't do that. We're gonna Old Knocker. We're gonna Fire. I'm doing this because I'm looking for a way to turn on Firebrand. We also get to threaten lethal this turn, which is nice. Well, maybe now no, we don't get to do that. Sneak Below and Oscilio is interesting. I know they go back and forth on that. Oh, you forgot it's not optional. Lol. Just build towards turn over turn value for RKO, but that's not what I want to do. Alright. I'm not used to seeing this many sink belows. Pick up my Phoenix Flame because I can. So we've already gotten our Shuko. Oscilio just gave us 2 sink below, so we're not threatening lethal anymore, which means I'm probably just arsenaling this in flame. And trying to get value out of it next turn. You can pitch stack chain endgames. Yeah, there are ways to do it with RKO, but it's sort of like, well, if I'm not like hard committed to any kind of aggro deck in particular, then I might as well, or not like mid-range deck in particular, I might as well play the one that just has an endgame, which for Jarl is Remembrance Oakenhold. I get to do Oath, Ronin, Sword, Phoenix, and Flame. I don't need this Dragon Power. I, in fact, cannot play it with Oath, so I'm fine to block with it. You do have Go again. Do you have anything else? Okay. Please don't kill me. Time for Noodles and Fiasco. That's me, baby. Been having a blast on Jarl through my last 2 armories on a hybrid list, and my locals ain't no slouches. I want to give Ice aggro a try. Please don't. Is Ice Jarl popular? If Ice Jarl is popular, you want another reason not to play Fi? There you go. Because that matchup is really bad. So I am threatening lethal. We'll see what Oscilio can do about that. I assume I'm dead to shock in some way, and Oscilio's just waiting for me to like show them that I'm not playing Sigil of Solace for some reason. I think Fi is more interesting than Syndra, and that some of his turns require some setup, but I'm really here for the few weeks of novelty. That's sort of where I'm at with Fi. Like, I think Fi has something going on that makes him different from Syndra. I just don't think it's enough. This was 4-3-3. Okay. I get 1 point of value by breaking Flight Path and pitching Phoenix Flame to Emberblade, but then I don't have a Phoenix Flame, so if I don't immediately end the game, then I'm actually down. I guess Oscilio deciding whether to go to 1. I think if Oscilio can, you just block 5 here, stay at 3, arsenal a card, and then just keep digging for shock. That is a hand of cards. You're coming for 4. I have to pretend that you can't just kill me, which means that we do this. If you have a lightning press, then I'm dead, but I wasn't going to play around that anyway. Let's see if I'm dead. Survey says yes. Survey says Oscilio is tanking and can just kill me. Cloud cover and Oscilio, what on earth? All right. Let's see how much damage they got. How much value did they get from that Blast to Oblivion turn? 29? That's not as much as I thought it was. Yeah, I mean, I've got Bell. I've got Amulet of Echoes in the deck for Oscilio. You kind of need to find it. All right. Into Jarl. We are on Ataya, I guess. We don't need to big combo. We play Warmongers because I need blues. We are on the Flame Call package. I don't think... I mean, we could do like this. Actually, it should be like this. I only boarded 64. Is Ice Jarl good? Does it get... Ooh, Shield Beater. Shield Beater Stalagmite. I haven't seen this combo yet. Because if Ice aggro Jarl is good, that's another reason not to play Fi. It's like such a bad matchup for Fi. Played Verdant since release if I want to when I play her. Yeah, I get that. Play Jarl. I have ingrained hate for redline aggro. Ooh, you're pitching instead of doing the Everbloom? The next time our opponent plays an Everbloom, I'm going to let it resolve. We get to block with Inflame and I guess Display Loyalty? This is just damage, right? Yeah, and the Visit Anvilheim. This is a hand of cards. This is, as they say, functional. I am going to cry. I'm going to pitch Hot on Their Heels to attack with Emberblade. Because I'm sending the same amount of damage either way, but in this way I keep a card in my deck. Alright, if this is the... Like, if they're trying to fatigue me, or if this is the blocky Jarl without, like, Icequake, Frostfang, Pummel, I'm very favored into this game. This is the Jarl list that Fi just dumps on. Like, if they aren't actively disrupting me, then we're pretty far ahead. Jarl just... You cannot actively fatigue a Fi. You cannot just block and hope that I can't cover it, because that'll never happen. You have to be passively fatiguing me, which is to say, you need to put me into a range where I have to care about your damage. And so if this Jarl is just going to like block with 3 cards and shield beater me, they will not win. Nice. Yatai here, probably going to be pretty good. I am just pitching Rowdy Locals to Emberblade. There's no, like, cool tech I get to do. Icequake into L-Strike, into Felling. It's maybe the meanest hand of cards they've ever played. Which one is L-Strike? Elemental Strike. I get it. Yeah, I guess you can't just call it E-Strike, huh? Understandable. We are not breaking Pouncing Links. This is a slow matchup. Very slow, clearly. They are doing the blocky Jarl, which means that I have all the time in the world to set up like an 8-point Pouncing Links. Which actually means I'm just going to Arsenal this Hot on Their Heels. Like, I do need to be setting up for 5-card hands into this style of Jarl. Hey. So this is 7? Okay. Yeah, 7's fine. This is a playable hand of cards without Art of War, which means that I am going to wait. I'm going to Arsenal it. I get to just do Rising, Hot, Fire Tenant, Emberblade, Phoenix Flame. Float a resource through this blue to pay for Stalagmite. This doesn't matter. I do want to play this Hot on Their Heels, but this actually does not matter how I sequence this, as long as I am playing a Draconic card before my Emberblade. I guess actually that isn't true. I should have played the Hot on Their Heels here to maybe bait the Jarl into blocking with Stalagmite. We're just doing damage. I'm not breaking links here. I don't get a Shuko trigger this turn, unfortunately. But it is what it is. I'm still pressuring Jarl out of cards. We are up on life. We have our Phoenix War. This does not seem like the type of Jarl list that's playing Blizzard, so I don't overly need to respect it. Interesting. Oh, you're felling me? Huh. Okay, it's Earth mid-range. If you're felling me... I can't bottom the Phoenix Flame because I need it. This is whoops. I don't know, this seemed good. I'll give you a... Do you want to undo? I think it's Flame Call that I'm supposed to bottom. I have the Phoenix Flame, so I get to just play Art of War. Discard the Phoenix Flame, draw 2 cards. Like, if this was just a starter... No, this is fine. I'll give you Flight Path here, just in case I need to use it. Let's Art of War, discard the Phoenix Flame, draw 2 cards. These cards are okay. I mean, the blue here is pretty good, considering that I'm going to likely need to pay through Stalagmite. So we Ronin first. Probably Emberblade next. I would like to do Fire next so that I know what my turn looks like before I keep doing it. But I don't need to break links here. Losing that flame, like getting felling there was really unfortunate. That was going to be a very sick turn. I might be looking to break links here. We'll see. You walk into the Stalagma or into the Emberblade, that's fine. I get to just play this. Activate Phi. Discard you. You're a little late, but I'll take it. We've hit twice this turn. So depending on how Jarl blocks, breaking Pouncing Links is looking pretty good. I am going to get my Shuko trigger without the Lynx target. I'm going to say no here. I want to see how much more this Jarl is going to let me do. Oh wait, I don't have a Phoenix Flame in my deck anymore. Dang. Alright, well now Breaking Pouncing Links looks really good. Sure, I'll shuffle. Okay, I should have broken Links here, knowing that I didn't have another Phoenix Flame in my deck. Never mind, you're going to let me do it anyway? Cool. Pick up Salt. Break my fealty because I am under Phoenix War. Nope. I'm in for big ol' 8. I wish I hadn't gotten Stalagmited so that I could have Flight Pathed my Emberblade too. Hey, we got a visit. Okay. That was pretty good. And then we just try to set up one of those again. Which means I am arsenaling this Rise. I'm not going to play it. I still have 2 Phoenix Wars in my deck. Tunic is still up. I don't need the Rise to get my turn started. Though I guess I would get I think it would be a 0 for 5 if I played it. I just don't really need the turn-to-turn value. This would be 5 if I played it. I get to do Rise, Phoenix Flame, Rising Resentment, Phoenix Flame, Closed Chain, Blaze Headlong, Emberblade, 5 Phoenix Flame. Phoenix Flame gets its own Shuko trigger. So that would have been cool. But I'm under 0 pressure, so I can just take more time. We have a resource. We're at 3 Draconic Links. I can pay through Stalagmite if I need to. The saddest Phoenix Flame with no Shuko trigger. I'm glad we have this Rise from the Ashes now, because this hand doesn't have a starter in it. I mean, if I didn't have the Rise here, I would just block 6 and send 7. But instead, I'll just play the Rise and probably arsenal one of my Lava Vein loyalties. Is burn a resource on the Warmongers because I can't pick up a Phoenix... Oh, no, I can pick up a Phoenix Flame. That's right. I forgot I have 2. Oh my gosh. I'm not used to that happening. It rarely ever happens that I have 2 Phoenix Flames. I could break my boots here. I could do boots, tunic, attack with the Emberblade a second time. That doesn't seem good because I have Rake over the Coals in my deck. So I'll get more out of a double Emberblade turn later. But it is a way that I could use my extra resources. Waiting for their pivot turn, because they surely know that they can't keep doing this. Wow, a Shuko trigger. Eh. Oh no. Talishar, no. Don't do this. Not again. Give you a sorry, I guess? Nothing in the Talishar Discord about lagging, so maybe it's just me? Talishar homepage looks a little grim. Uh-oh, indeed. Oh, we're back. We're so up. Okay. And now I do save this Lava Vein loyalty. Which is... Stop it. How is your timing so good that every time I find, like, oh, I get to do a thing, it's a felon? This doesn't super matter because I can't use the dragon power. So I like still get to do the rake. I'm still going to get to rise. Rise is my starter. I'm bottoming one of these blues. It doesn't really matter which one. I guess dragon power. We rise. We Phoenix Flame. Oh, hey, Taylor. We rake over the coals. Now I play the Lava Vein. I'm guessing we're going to get... Actually, we might not get a Stalagmite out of our opponent. If they're trying to do the Shield Beater thing, then we might be okay. Like, I get to do cool stuff. I get to do a double sword if they don't Stalagmite me here. But if they're trying to do Visit Anvilheim, they might not want to give the second half of Stalagmite, which is surely wrong because they're losing this game. Because they're dying. I get to wait, though, which is pretty nice. I get to see what they're going to do before I break Tunic Boots. If this gets Stalagmited, I'm just done with the turn. Okay. I am going to go for it. I don't have to, because they don't have Tunic and they only have one card, so I'm assuming whatever this is would just be arsenaled. I don't have to worry about it, like, hitting me. But if they're really determined to keep it, yeah, I'll put them to 3. Jesus, these two again. All right, that's acceptable. All right, the last time I did this to an opponent, it was a victor, and then he double test of Iron Gripped me. So I really hope that doesn't happen again, because that was sad. All these fucking blues. Stop it. I don't need all of these. All right, now we're getting the stalagmite. Understandable. Thankfully, I can pay. So you stalagmite me, my sword costs 3, I still float a resource, I get to mounting anger. Oh no, your hero has text. And, okay, and die. All right, we're chilling, we mounting anger, so that I can still fly through a stalagmite. I Emberblade. You give me some kind of armor. I'm gonna fly in response and just arsenal a Phoenix Flame. Or are you just... Okay. Yeah, this can't be as sacred as you're giving it credit for. You gotta block with the stalagmite. Yeah. I mean, that was good. So that's the ideal Jarl setup, where he's just kind of existing, and we get to tee off. All right, Oscilio again. Surely we're gonna find either of these bells. Put in this one, put in these. I guess we need to play Breaking Point. And then like a Warmongers? I guess it should be this. This is the Oscilio board. We're playing quote unquote 1 extra blue. But we have Disruption, we have our high roll card. We're going second again, which is unfortunate. This is a functional hand of cards. If you're playing the Shield Beater, you can play Visit Anvilheim and get extra value out of the Stalagmite. Yeah, I get what they were going for. It's just like, when you're at 3 and your opponent plays Rake over or plays Art of Phoenix War, like, you need to... I think that strategy is just not good against Fi generally. Like, if you're not disrupting Fi, he's just going to send 5 carders at you, like on turn, off turn, is great for Fi in that spot. So I think the Visit Anvilheim plan is kind of just bad anyway, into Fi specifically. Like, you can't do it with Stalagmite. All right, take 4, that's fine. Oh, that's kind of neat. Rise from the Ashes, please no wobble. And if I get wobble, I just have a second one, I guess. I also still turned on Blaze Headlong, which is maybe good enough. So we could do 6-5-1, or we could do 7-3-1. I guess 6-5-1 is better. It's probably wrong. Do you put Enflame and extra Phoenix to add reduced deck size to draw Bell more often? No. I don't think so. Like, do you play Flame Call and Phoenix just to try to thin the deck? I don't think so. I think Bell is like, you either find it or you don't. And putting bad cards in your deck, so this was a lesson I learned when I was playing Magic the Gathering. Don't play bad cards to make your good cards better. Flame Call package just isn't good into Oscilio because it doesn't advance our position. Like, it doesn't help what we're trying to do in this matchup, which is race. Bell is just like insurance. Bell is just like, it's a thing you find, and then you play it, and it's good because you're actively racing Oscilio and reducing the opportunity for him to go. So putting Flame Call in your deck just helps you. It doesn't help you do that. Just to find like something that really isn't plan A, it's more just insurance. So I could play this Dragon Power. Like, I could play Rise, Flame for 3, Display Loyalty, Emberblade, and Flame Fealty Dragon Power. Or I could play Blue Rise, Phoenix for 1, Display Loyalty, Searing Emberblade, and Flame, burn a resource? I think. So, okay, this is 1, 4, 7, 12. It's a 4-card 12. Or I do 3, 6, 9, 13, 18. Do a 4-card 12 or a 5-card 18. I think the 5-card 18 is pretty good. Oh, they set up and let me keep cards. Let me play this then. Ideally, you follow with a 2-cost attack with the remaining 2 energy. As far as... Oh, yeah, it's fine. As fine to Oscilio. I thought we were still talking about Anvilheim. I'm like, no, we're done with that. No, you don't do that. It'd be different if Bell just blew up their game plan completely, but it's not that much of a silver bullet. Yeah, so it's a silver bullet in conjunction with racing them. It's a silver bullet when they also need to be killing you before, like, turn 4. Because of how much damage you can put out. It's why Bell is a lot worse in, like, slower decks. Like, Florian was playing Bell to try and slow the Oscilio down before Oscilio could tee off. And it didn't really work because Florian wasn't pressuring Oscilio. The Oscilio could just take more time. Not looking to break pouncing links here. I guess I could. I'd have to break my boots too. And I get 7 out of my salt. Kind of depends on if this Dragon Power hits. If the Dragon Power hits, I'm going to be okay breaking Flight Path, pouncing links to find salt for 7. Oh, and Flame does make it Draconic. Oh, I didn't even need to break that fealty. Let me see if my opponent will let me undo it. Hey. Wow. Thank you, chat. Thank you, Bryce Miller. My cards have text. And sometimes I read the text. Okay. I'm confirming I don't have a Phoenix Flame in my graveyard. You are going to let the Dragon Power hit? Yes. And we find salt. And then we break boots. And then I'm just gonna 7 you. I totally forgot that Inflame has... Because I never really care about the second one. It's always, does it have go again, and doesn't attack for 4. Those are the important ones. I really never think much about the Draconic one. Let's see if I get punished for doing what I just... For, like, not keeping a 4th card. Nah, this is fine. Alright, so I get to play Rise for 4 value? 5 value, maybe? You're going to do the thing. So I get to play Rise, pick up my Phoenix Flame, Ronin, Phoenix Flame, Closed Chain, Rising Resentment, Ignite, I could activate 5 Phoenix Flame, or I could just Old Knocker Emberblade. This card is Shock. I like that. Reading the card explains. The card could never be me. I played a Katsu yesterday who... Oh, okay. Sure. Okay. Right, so what happened this game is our Oscilio didn't draw spells or instants. They instead drew attacks. What was I going to draw? A okay hand of cards. This would have been much better if I didn't break the Old Knocker. So this turn would have been Rise, Ronin for 6, Phoenix for 1, Closed Chain, Rising Resentment, Ignite. I then have to make a choice of if I'm going to Ignite for the Phoenix Flame and just send one more, or if I'm going to break the Old Knocker to send Emberblade into Phoenix Flame. It really depends on how the Oscilio is blocking so far. But this hand is much better if I still have Old Knocker. I get to Ignite, Fire That Burns Within, Fire Trigger on the stack, respond with Old Knocker, pick up the Phoenix Flame, discard the Phoenix Flame, draw the Fire Tenet. Now I'm really up because I get to do Fire Tenet into Inflame into Lava Burst, or just Fire Tenet into Lava Burst, Arsenal, Inflame. It's still okay if I don't have the Old Knocker. I just don't get to do the Fire That Burns Within thing. All right, last one. We've lost like 4 games today, but we won 2. So we got that going for us. Toothbrush Live. Toothbrush, did I know that you're a member? No, oh yeah. You've been a member for a while. If you want to be a YouTube member like Toothbrush Live, you can get the coolest emotes. Nope, not that one. You can get the coolest emotes. So that when I win against an Oscilio who doesn't draw any spells, you can spam the DFG Pog, the Loop Pog emoji. What is this? Get out of here. Do I want to play against a Vynnset? I guess. You were my first. Yeah. I feel like I haven't seen you in a while. Against Vynnset, we're fucked. So we play Warmongers, play Dragon Power. Warmongers doesn't even help against Vynnset. We're just on the high roll plan. Can she banish from my graveyard? Hey, this is a functional hand of cards. Grimoire of Felling Song. So this matchup is hard because we are AB0. So I can never stop what Vynnset is doing, which on the one hand, bad. On the other hand, one, my list doesn't have AB in it, so I don't really feel terrible about it. On the other hand, or number 2, I have also felt like it's generally better to just ignore what Vynnset is doing and do my thing instead. So being AB1 on a deck with 47 reds in it is probably not good. Right, she is on Invert Existence, so I should not be playing Rake. I should be playing the Flame Call package. I think this matchup is also just really bad anyway, so I'm not overly concerned about the tech. It's another reason why I think Fi... no, I do not want to destroy Mask of the Pouncing Lynx. I am going to... I was like, I should banish something to the Rising trigger so that I can't get culled. It doesn't actually matter. Because I have a finisher, so the cull is always going to hit me. We'll play Fire Tenet next. Rook has been demanding my attention, so I haven't been able to pop on. Glad to get back to some ninja content, though. Well, don't get used to it, because next week we're playing KO. Well, I still can. Tomorrow I won't be playing Fi, but I'll be playing Silver Age Fi, because that's what my users on Discord wanted me to play tomorrow. It's also sadly going to be a short stream. If you're watching, I will be on at 9 tomorrow 9 a.m. Pacific Standard rather than 8, but I still have to get off at 10. Just have outside responsibilities taking me away from it. Yeah, I know Casey's doing it. Casey's also where I'm like, I think it's better to just disrespect your Vynnset opponent by playing AB0. This is literally just because Casey told me that after we played. And I beat him with KO because I had AB0. And not even like on purpose, I just didn't have AB1 in that list. We're going to see what the Vynnset does. I am assuming I'm going to get culled at some point. Just the amount of tanking that's happening here. I can't do anything about it. The one decision point I get this turn is because I only have 2 Draconic Chain Links going into the Lava Burst, I can't pick up my Phoenix Flame with Phoenix Flame and then Lava Burst. So if it wasn't Vynnset, if it was a hero like, I don't know, if this was the Mirror, I would Phoenix Flame, put it in Arsenal, wait. I cannot do that against Vynnset because of Widespread Destruction, the Arsenal one. It doesn't destroy my Arsenal, it banishes my Arsenal. And I can't have the Phoenix Flame get banished. So I cannot afford to put my Phoenix Flame into Arsenal this turn. New book. It's quite nice. Yeah, this has got to be better than... I assume Vynnset's are playing both, right? They're playing this and they're playing the Eloquence one. Because like this is going to be better into aggro where you just need to be able to push more damage with Runegate. But the other one has got to be better against fatigue decks where you need to set up big turns. I could break Links for Lava Burst here, get my Shuko trigger. I'd have to break Boots too, I'm just not going to do that. Dang, see? This is why if we were on Old Knocker, this turn would be much... I mean, we're going to get hit with a Widespread Annihilation anyway, so I'm not like super excited to go for this, but... if I wasn't getting Widespread Annihilated... This is red mauve, which means I don't want to let this hit. So we are just going to put 6 in front of it. Arsenal the Phoenix War. Please don't call me. I need this. Replace Bloodied Oval. That's right. That's what they were doing. You're going to flail? Oh, right. Lol. I forgot that would happen. I forgot Widespread Annihilation had text. Would I have blocked differently? I don't think so. I wouldn't have wanted to give up my Shuko. Yeah, I think I would have made the same play. Like, I can't... Phoenix War, just arsenaling of Phoenix War is not better than not taking 8 damage from 3 Rune Chants and a Deathly Delight. That's also going to get Vynnset 1 life. I feel fine about this play. It's like... I feel silly that I didn't realize that would happen, but I don't feel bad about the play. If anything, I feel bad that my card's all blocked too. Hey, it's Cull. If you are going to cull me, you have a Crown of Providence. I'm not super excited about this breaking point. Hey, we just get the book. Kind of surprised the book doesn't have Blood Debt. You know? Seems like one of those cards that should go to your banish zone when it breaks and then also have Blood Debt. Okay. Oh no. Talishar. Talishar, no. Let Aegis Sworn no. And I just spam refresh until it fixes itself. If I check my Fabry stats for this 5 deck, Vynnset is... I think Vynnset and Oscilio are the worst ones. The most popular and also the worst ones. And it tracks. Syndra was also very bad into Vynnset. Hey, we're getting network errors. Boop, boop, boo. Aegisworn pushed an update. Hey, just came back. All right. I assume you're creeping me? I guess you don't have to. Am I blocking this? The answer is no. I've already taken the damage. This hand is really good if I get to keep it. So I am going to let you call me. Succumb. My least favorite card that Vynnset plays. All right, and then you're going to call me. All right, so actually this hand sucks. I mean, really, there are no two cards that I can lose here. I guess Ignite and Ronin would be the two that make this hand really bad. I just play Blaze and then Arsenal a Breaking Point. But I get to choose for call. So I get to send a 2-card 7 kind of no matter what. Like, there's nothing that Vynnset can take from me that says I don't get to do a 2-card 7. How do I want to do the 2-card 7? It's anyone's guess. You are flailing me. Am I supposed to block the flail, knowing that I'm possibly getting culled? I think this is fine. This might be one of those, like, don't let her do her, focus more on doing your thing than letting her do hers. I assume I'm getting called. And now my 1-card hand is kind of bad, so maybe I just set a card and pass. Count on her bricking at some point. If she doesn't play the call, I am just going to Ignite. My plan is Ignite Breaking Point. If she gets hit by the Ignite and then culls me, I would Ignite Tunic's Sword. But because she's calling me, we're just going to banish this Breaking Point. I'm going to Arsenal the Ignite, and I'm going to hope she bricks. Why'd she gain 2? Did she Vynnset on the call? How did she take... Oh, right, from the flail. Yeah. I know how she took damage. This hand is a hand of cards. I like this. Taking off turns against Vynnset, who aren't set up, can make their turns clunky. That's what I'm going for. Like that turn, that I kind of did nothing, and then she pitched a Sink Below and banished a Haunting Rendition. She just didn't have way. I did not give her ways to convert them. Eloquent Eulogy is 5. 1 and then 4. I'm not blocking any of this. Currently does not have Go Again, but that could definitely change. My hand is, like, weird. It will do... I'm sad that I have the 2 Ignites, because the second one kind of isn't doing that much for me. This might be a Boots turn, because I'm going to do Ignite, Pitch Mounting Anger for Sword, Ignite, Fire that burns within Phi. Right, instant speed. Okay, well... As much as I was just saying that the second Ignite kind of isn't doing anything for me, it is now a card that I get to banish to call. And then you flail me again because you had the action point from the Eloquence. I am sad about the Shuko, but I think I'm supposed to give it. I am looking at a 3-cost in Banish that I don't want to let her Rune Gate. I'm also looking at a hero with 2 reduced to Rune Chant still in her deck, so I don't want her to get a Rune Chant to pay for it. Kind of like KO turns better than Phi turns. KO's a better deck than Phi's. That's why KO is sitting at 959 points or whatever, and Phi has not really gotten any since winning Worlds in 2023. Yeah, like, Fi is not a good deck. I am hopeful that someone else figured it out. I'm hopeful that Yuki or Ellie or Peter or Dan is working on Fi and figures out how to break it. Because the more time I spend on Fi, the more I'm like, this deck ain't it. This deck is now caught up to where it was in 2023. Crowning away your arsenal. Gonna make me wish I had that breaking point. Unlucky. Maybe I draw one with Fire That Burns Within. Yeah, the deck looks playable, not good. Like, I think that's where Fi is. And I always remind myself, every time I look at Ellie's 8-1 run in Philadelphia and think, wow, maybe I'm just a really bad Fi player. Maybe I just suck. Maybe blah, blah, blah. Remember, Ellie had 9 starters. Ellie had Brand. We don't have Brand anymore. The amount of blocking 2 this deck has is very annoying. Yeah. I think I looked at Fi compared to a Syndra list, and it was like almost half a point less average block value. What's up, Delph? So we're in Montreal, hoping someone got it, but from what I've seen from Dando, Yuki U, the purple Discord just feels too clunky. It's like, yeah, it doesn't do anything really that great. It's at least playable, which is way better than it was. True. Ellie had the 9 brand. She was also targeting 3 decks. Hey, it's the cull. It's why I did... God, you drew 3 culls? Jesus Christ. Hey, it's why I didn't play this display loyalty before playing Fire That Burns Within. Because I didn't want to have to banish my Flame Call. We'll see what I draw with the Fire That Burns Within. I am expecting that this turn is going to be Boots Tunic Sword, so that I use all my resources. If we only had some resource fixing, yeah. That's really the issue. Is like if they were going to reprint something in Draconic for Fi, it needed to be Belittle. Belittle would have fixed a lot of Fi's problems in ways that Art of War don't. That is a way for me to use my extra resource. Is it a good way? No. But it is a way. I guess there was really no way for me to use my extra resource given the way that my deck is constructed. The only good card I could draw would have been Fire That Burns Within, which I would not have been able to use. I guess I'm sending the Mounting Anger, and if it hits, I could break Links. How's Fi's matchup into Vin? Feels like Syndra has a bad time most of the time. I think it's also bad. It'd be better if I was on AB1 instead of Boots, because I play blues and Syndra doesn't. But it's the same, you never want to be pitching your blues. Just send Mounting Anger for 2. I don't know, see if you block this. Play Funeral Moon, pass. I'm about to be so lost in CC when KO LLs. That is why I am racing to pick up mid-range decks. Jarl, not Vynnset. Valda, that's the V name. Am I breaking Links? I don't think so. I get 5 out of it. Surely I can do better than that, even without Shuko. And then we're just done. And hopefully this hand is better. This is not better. I'm gonna Arsenal this Rake and be sad about it. You're gonna Eloquence Funeral Moon me? Hey, Paneris. No, I knew it was you. Yeah, I mean, we don't need to Arsenal Rake here. I'm probably not supposed to, actually. We've seen the 3 culls from Vynnset, so she's kind of done with Disruption. I assume she's flailing me. So I think what this turn is, it's going to be Fire Tenant, Blaze Headlong, play Rake, Sword, Sword, Phoenix Flame, Lava Burst. And we just get to push a ton of damage. You're going to flail me. I cannot give you Tunic, I cannot give you Pouncing Links, and I cannot block from hand. So that is, I could give Fire Tenant here. If I really wanted to, I could give Fire Tenant because Rake turns on Blaze Headlong. But I think if I'm trying to push a bunch of damage, I'm supposed to take the flail. Alright. Fire Tenant. Messing with Vin, RKO, and Prism in anticipation of the KO-LL. Going to play him one last time this upcoming PQCC. I'm so afraid that KO is not going to make it through Montreal. That like someone's going to spike. Someone's finally going to win a tier 3 with KO. And I'm like, no. What am I going to do? Alright. We get to Blaze Headlong. What I am hoping for this Blaze Headlong is we get 3 block plus Carapace to cover the 5, and then I get to Rake to make it 6, which lets me Pouncing Links for the Lava Burst. You're not doing anything. I do want to get my point out of Rake, so we're just going to play this. I'll cry if KO wins Montreal. KO has never won a tier 3 event, aside from like some nationals. I am skeptical. It would be very surprising if this is his first and only tier 3 win. Marionette wins Montreal, you read it here first. I think that is a very reasonable assumption. Are you waiting for me, or am I waiting for you? Or are we lagging again? I know Aegisworn is still pushing updates, so it should come back, but we might have to wait a little longer. Which is sad, because this turn is sick. So we get to do what? The 5... So it was what? 3, 6, 4, 4, 2, 6... 3, 9, 13, 17, 19. This is a 4-card 25, which is threatening lethal. It's not going to kill her because she has armor and cards. It was very good. They keep trying to upgrade the servers and it's going terribly. I mean, compared to how the server updates usually go, which is like Talishar is just down for years. Like Talishar is just unplayable for the rest of the day. This one's going pretty well. Wait, this actually doesn't work. I don't get to double sword. I'm a resource short because the Fire Tenant didn't have go again. Or the Fire Tenant wasn't Draconic. Unfortunate. Alright, well, this is fine. I'm still Lava Bursting for 6. I just keep my boots now. No, it has to be this way, because I'd have to boots the Lava Burst to give it go again, which means I wouldn't be able to boots the sword. Okay. We're fine. We're fine. This is still, I think masking here was still right. I was still supposed to mask. I was still supposed to rake. It's just unfortunate that I was a resource off of getting the extra force. This is a 4-card 21. We don't get to sword because the sword is on Chain Link 2. By the time we sword, we only have 2 Draconic Links, so Flight Path costs 1. You get to sword when you have Blue Pitch Tunic, because that's the 4 you need for 2-0-2, but if it's 2-1-2, we're a resource off. I was also a resource off of picking up the Phoenix Flame for free. So really, no matter how I sequence it, I have to pay a resource. I have to pay 5 resources for double sword instead of 4. So like, non-draconic, draconic, draconic. I have 2 draconic links on the chain. Flight path costs 1, Phi costs 1. I have 1 floating resource and Tunic. Tunic was supposed to pay for the sword. So we are sadly, it was almost very cool. It's still like fine. It just was supposed to be very cool. And is now not. Fabslite says Montreal calling is Silver Age at the top and CC in the actual details. Also, we were gonna get stuff this turn anyway. Could we go sword into Phoenix because Phi is free then? No, because we have to pay 1 for the boots. So we would have had no floating and Tunic up. Okay, you're gonna Funeral Moon to get the resource, and then you are going to banish this to get a rune chant, and then you're going to Deathly Wail me for 3 and 6 to take me to 8. This hand will work. I don't get to double Phoenix Flame, but I do get to double Sword this turn. It was supposed to be very cool, but now it's not. I mean, that I don't know if that's brute mentality. It can be when you like discard the red and keep a blue. It's also Phi mentality. All right, so we rise from the ash. Now I'm going to get to double boots, or double sword with the boots. We'll see what Verdance does about this. Verdance, Vynnset, Jesus. How am I feeling about Rake over Spreading Flames? I've really liked it so far. So far, it's felt very good. It feels correct. A problem I was having with this deck was too many 1-costs. And so when you would draw like Spreading plus Phoenix War at the same time, you could have a problem if you didn't have the blue to pay for both. And even if you did have the blue to pay for both, if you didn't have Tunic to pay for Sword, then you're also sad. Rake has felt good because... Ooh, Mordred Tide, that's spicy. And whatever this thing is. Rake has felt good because it costs 0 and it affects your sword. So the double sword turns are interesting and cool. So I say when I execute my signature move of playing Wild Ride with 2/6 attacks, drawing a non-6 and discarding it at random. True. I was thinking about discarding, drawing a blue and discarding the Bear Fangs, but you're absolutely right. Drawing your like one of Beast or Blood Rush Bella that's still in your deck doesn't feel great. All right, Vynnset just blocking down is fine. I think I'm still sending 7 here. Lets me block with Tunic, which is going to be great if her turn is like Flail Arsenal. Also, if she's blocking this, that feels good. We do sword. Yeah, Ashlyn, how are you liking Phi right now? I don't know how long you've been watching the stream, but I went on a diatribe earlier about how I just don't think he's it right now. I don't know what exactly he's missing. He's missing 9 brand with Cinder Claw is what he's really missing. We are gonna do this. I want to get my 3. I want to be able to block Flail with Tunic. Yeah, so far I am very unhappy with Phi. Feels like he's behind the other aggro decks. He has prominent counters at the top of the meta. Ellie brought him to Worlds for a very specific reason, and those reasons just kind of don't exist anymore. I really want him to be better than he is, but so far I just can't get past the clunk. This is a hand of cards. and it functions. And that's really all I can ask for. Sadly, I can't play the Dragon Power, but I can pitch it, so I get to do 4-3-3-3-1. Vynnset is taking 1 from the Blood Debt. So we are feeling good about our position. She has no more culls. I'm now sad that I don't have my tunic, so I could pay for this Dragon Power, but it's going to be okay. Got her on the back foot. If she has to keep blocking out, like, we're very far ahead. I think at this point she's just waiting for reduced to rune chance so that she can block the 4 and try to bank enough rune chance to send this Deathly Wail that I will need to respect. But if she just keeps putting her entire hand in front of my entire hand, I'm gonna get damage through. Rake is gas. My only hesitancy is drawing on an Art of the Phoenix War turn, and not being an actual chain link is a drawback. I think it and spreading both have their downsides when paired with Phoenix War, but I haven't liked spreading because it feels like, even in a 4-card hand, too much of the time it's like a 1 for 4. Or you're barely getting an extra 2 points out of it if your hand happens to be like Spreading Flames, Blue, Ignite, 0 for 3. It's felt very hard to use. Oh, hey, that's a way that you're going to get your rune chant. I am pushing lethal, but not to the point that I can take her off of Deathly Wail. She will get to keep 1 card. No. I'm like, ooh, I could pitch the Phoenix Flame for Dragon Power. No, I'm still... It puts her to 1, but then I don't have a Phoenix Flame. Yeah, I heard your little spiel. I'm feeling pretty good, but he is not the bee's knees. He's, like, playable, which is better than he was before. Yeah, I'm skeptical about him. I'm looking for alternatives after KOLLs. Alright, never mind. She just had the reduce. Alright, cool. Well, I'm glad I didn't go for the Phoenix Flame pitch Dragon Power play. Consistency is hard, and I've opted for a less clunky build with lower ceiling, and this felt pretty great. This build feels less clunky. Like, cutting Mounting Angers did feel good as far as helping with just being able to, like, convert hands every turn. This hand says I go block. Rising, Emberblade, Phoenix Flame, Enflame is going to be better than Rising, Emberblade, Phoenix Flame, Salt, because she has to block anyway, so the Salt is not going to hit. Is New Fart of War not doing enough? No, not in my opinion. It's good when you do it. Like, Art of War is obviously great when you get to put the turn together, but I feel like a lot of the time you aren't putting the turn together. Or when you do put the turn together, it's clunky because you have more 1 costs that you can't pay for. Phoenix War needing a Phoenix Flame, and Fire that Burns Within needing a Phoenix Flame is really awkward when you don't have a Rise from the Ashes. So when you do, like, Pitch Blue Defy, pick up Phoenix Flame, Tunic Art of War, discard Phoenix Flame, draw Fire that Burns Within, it's, like, really sad. It's needed, it helps the deck. The real problem is I think it just brings Fi back to where he was post Heavy Hitters. And that isn't enough. Like, how many times has Heavy Hitters been power crept? since 2024. All right, I like you blocking with a 2-block. We get to Phi. Phoenix Flame is potentially putting you to 3, and then Inflame is going to come in for 4. You're going to have to give me at least 1 card. We're not out of the woods. If this is like Deathly Delight, Eloquent Eulogy, we do need to block. I wonder if you start playing the Bannerman cards just so you can grab Phoenix Flames more easily, but I guess you already play the other 1 card for that. Bannerman replaces itself. The only good Bannerman is the head because you get a Ponder. I don't think that's good enough. And the problem with the Bannerman is then you just have a really bad card in your deck. Also, the problem with the Ponder is you really have to be careful of what you're playing in your deck because then a random draw off the top could be really bad. Yeah, Phoenix War does ask you to build your deck in a certain way. I don't think you're super punished for it because the way that you're building your deck around Phoenix War is kind of what you need to do without Brand. Like, we needed Brand replacements, and I think the Brand replacement was going to be Rise from the Ashes. So you're already playing a deck that's just a card that just happens to work. All right, what is she doing? Hey, it was this. Well, I can block it, so I got that going for me, which is nice. Fire that burns within here is very awkward. Ooh, this is a tough spot, so I can definitely do 2-3. I could also do 2-3 has got to be better than 4. Maybe rip something playable. We've only seen 1 sink. Yeah, we're just gonna let this go. We're just doing 2-3. The problem with Bannerman Head is that you have to play a second Phoenix Flame in your deck all the time, and I don't think I want to do that. Could I have swapped this Fire and this Ronin Renegade? I've been opting for a list where you run 3 Spreading Flame, 3 Art of War, 2 Fire that burns within with 1 flame called 14 Blues, and it has felt nice. I can see it. I'm dead, right? Oh no, because you have to, okay, you have to pay the life before the Rune Chant goes through. So I'm fine. She can't just, like, block 2, Vynnset, flail me, and I die. There are other things she can do, but I'm, like, kind of maybe okay. Let's see what I was going to draw. Let's see if I would have drawn the 0-cost attack that takes 3 cards from her. Playing multiple Phoenix Flame is really that bad if you're sort of reliably pulling them out. Phoenix Flame is the worst card in your deck, so if you ever draw it, you're very sad. Okay, cool, I would have drawn another Fires. 1 costs are not fun. Okay. We're maybe alive. We're gonna go Fire. Now I'm gonna do the thing. Actually, I'm not. I'm not gonna do the thing, because you know what's gonna be better here? Is gonna be 2, 3, 2, 1, 2. She is still likely holding D-Reacts, so I don't want to give her the opportunity to put 4 in front of 4. The 1 is going to be much more impactful here. I gotta tell you, if I knew this game would take 36 minutes, I would not have played it. I was really supposed to stop playing by now. I feel like the Rowdy Locals is going to... I mean, the Rowdy Locals is going to get her no matter what because I'm sending 2 chain links. And she has to block them both. So the Rowdy Locals is going to kill her no matter what. But I was really thinking the Locals was going to get her by being 4 power when she blocks with an action card. Side note, your daily gameplay videos got me into 5 back in the heavy meta, so thanks for that. Well, I'm glad to hear that, Ashlyn. I'm sorry that it was back in the heavy meta when Fi was really at his worst. Because, man, I thought that Fi was sneaky S tier in Bright Lights meta. When Fi did not have a Victor to deal with, it was so good. And then we Fi. But I'm glad that you're killing it now. I know that you and Ellie worked very hard on that Philadelphia list. I also know that you are the one who got me into knowing that I could Emberblade Boots Emberblade as a way to unbrick a hand when I don't have a starter, but I do have 2 blues. All right. And then we boop them. We get them with the boop. This point 5 is tormenting you by not LLing. If he and KO go, you could move on. I mean, I said goodbye to Fi like 3 years ago. Oh, this is floating prevention. Oh, okay, so I'm fine. Good game. We did it. She had some good turns, and we had some good turns. All right, and now I must leave you, chat. It's been great. It's been fun playing a lot of Fi. I will be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard, also playing Fi, but in Silver Age. It'll just be an hour stream, short one. I hope you all enjoyed today. I'm going to briefly try changing scenes to see if my OBS crashes. And if it does, then I will see you all tomorrow, I hope. And if it doesn't, then I will see you all in like a second. But it's been a ton of fun. Thanks for hanging out. You had a great day. Hey, all right. I fixed my OBS. All I had to do was make my scenes less intense. Have a great rest of your Thursday, and we'll see you all tomorrow. And until then, take care.